my yarny friends. Are you ready for Friday Fun Day? I've got a couple of fun little items for us to make today to celebrate our New Year's Eve parties and family get-togethers, or even if it's just you. I've come up with a couple of little items. It's fun to make. They work up quickly, and you probably have all this stuff around your house. All right? One of the things we're going to make is this party hat decoration. Now it has a template. You can go to the blog, and as always, I'll put that link down in the notes underneath this video. You can copy off that super easy template. Let me show you what it looks like. Looks like this. All right. And we're making a nice little pom-pom that looks like a explosion of fireworks on the top. Now you can wear this if you want to, but I'm making these as table decorations, and we'll put one at each place setting as well. Super easy. I'm going to show you how to make the pom-pom, how to put the whole hat together. That's the first one. The second thing we're going to do is called a New Year's Eve cracker. And this is made with just tissue paper you have around the house, some yarn, and goodies inside, and a toilet paper roll. And again, you probably have all these things around your house. All right, and these are for decorations. Now, it's real important about this one that you use tissue paper, not wrapping paper, because we're going to tear the end off and shake it out. Alrighty, let's talk about the things that you need, but don't forget the list of things that you need as well as some instructions are on that blog, and I'll put that blog link down in the notes underneath this video. Alright, so here's all the things that we're going to need. You're going to need some cardstock, and this is just basic cardstock, and if you don't have cardstock, you can print this out on regular printer paper and maybe use two thicknesses. It just needs to be thick enough to stand up. The pom-pom's really light, so you don't really have to worry about that. I've got some markers here so you can color it in. And again, these are great to do with the kids, but also great to do with the grown-ups. Pair of scissors, because we'll need to cut out our template. You're going to need just some Scotch tape to, we're going to be taping that pom-pom up inside so it stays put, and of course taping our little hat closed. All right, so you need your template, you need some yarn to make a pom-pom, and I'm going to show you how to do the pom-pom. You need some Scotch tape, some scissors, and some markers to make the New Year's hat. Now, to make the cracker, you're going to need a toilet paper roll, or one for each person in your family or get together. You need just some basic tissue paper. And I found this one, it's got some sparkle in it, so I'm using that. You're also going to need some goodies to put inside. And what I did is I saved a bunch of goodies left over from Halloween. I made sure it didn't have any Halloween stuff on it. And then I also mixed it with some peppermints and just some fun things that will fit inside here. Now you can also put a little toy, or maybe just a bunch of confetti. But I'm thinking I don't want to vacuum all that confetti up. It just has to fit inside. And there are lots of little toys like Shopkins and things that you could put inside as well if you want to. And then of course you're going to need yarn to tie the sides. And we're going to be using just one piece of tape just to close it on the side. We don't want it too secure. We want it to be able to hold the goodies inside, but we don't want it too secure because we want to be able to rip off one of the sides. All right? All right, we're going to make the party hat first, and then we'll make the cracker second. So the first thing you need to do is go to that blog that's in that link underneath this video and print off. You can copy, paste, and print off this template. Now, this is one I found on a homeschool group that they were using, but it's a free print off, but you can also find many other hat print offs that you can print that are free on the internet. This one just happened to be one that I found, okay? And so what you want to do first is color it with your markers. You can use crayons if you want to, but I really prefer markers because I think they stay good and they're really going to look nice. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and color this one since I colored on this one. Once it's all colored, and this is, again, a great project for everybody to do together. Once it's all colored, then we're going to cut out the template across those black lines. So that's what you need your scissors for. And when I cut it out, I like to cut it right on the outside of those black lines. Now, I did stretch this one just a little bit bigger when I was printing it off, but any size is fine if you're using it for a decoration. All right? And again, make sure you print it on cardstock, but if you don't have cardstock, print it on your printer paper and maybe double thick it so it stands up for your decoration. So my hat is all cut out. I didn't color this one, but of course you could even put glue and glitter and just decorate it however that you want to. All right, I'm going to set this aside, and now we're going to make the pom-pom. So you're going to need to cut about a 10 or 12 inch piece of yarn that you're using, and I'm using this sparkly silver that I have left over. And I'm just going to take it and wrap it around my 4 fingers for about 25 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you want a more full pom-pom, you can wrap it more times. I wanted mine to kind of look like a firework, you know, or maybe a sparkler. All right, so I'm going to cut that. I'm going to take those loops and lay it across that piece. All right, and then we'll just tie that nice and secure. And you know I like to tie 3 knots if you've watched my videos very often. Oops. All righty, 1 more knot. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab this little trash can I have over here full of papers and things, and I'm going to cut those loops. Now the length of the pom-pom is of course up to you, but I want mine to be a little bit long. Again, I want it to kind of look like a sparkler. So I'm going to push it forward, and I'm just going to cut all those strands. Make sure you do not cut though your strings, because we'll need those. There we go. Now I see a couple of loops that I missed, so I'm going to cut those. Just tidy it up a little bit, but I want it to be just a little bit, not crazy, but just uneven. A little bit more of random, I guess. I don't know. Just make it fun, and you can cut those strands as short as you want. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hat, we're going to turn it over, but we want to line it up right here where we have that little bump. Okay, and we're going to line that up. And we're going to tape that down, but we're only going to tape it on the top. And I'll explain why in just a second. I'm going to move those strands so you can see. Try to get it as close as you can, and then just put that tape right across there. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this side in. We're going to put that down that way, and then we'll take this side and meet it over here. And so I'd start at the bottom. Make sure that's nice and lined up. I guess I should add a piece of tape ready first, huh? There we go. All right. So we're going to line up the bottom. We're just going to tape that in place. There we go. And then we'll line up the top again. Now, I don't put a lot of tape on these if they're going to be decorations, because I don't think they're going to get messed with very much. But if it's going to be worn for an actual hat, I mean, they'd make great photo props for New Year's Eve party pictures. Then I might put more tape, but I don't want to put a bunch. I just don't think it's necessary if it's just, you know, a decoration. All right, so there's my hat, but look at my pom-pom. It's drooping a little. And so what I do is I go inside and I gently just pull on that string, and then I'll put a piece of tape on the inside to hold that string. That way that pom-pom is going to stay put. There we go. And so now I have another 2022 hat I see one I didn't clip there. And it makes a fun place setting. It makes a fun hat for a photo prop. And it makes just fun decorations. And we've got that sparkly pom-pom on top. That's our Happy New Year 2022 hat. So I cut 2 thicknesses of tissue paper. It's about 10 inches by 12 inches. And we want the longer edge out here, and 10 by 12. We're going to put our toilet paper roll right in the center. And we're going to roll this up. And so I'm going to just roll this up. And again, I've got 2 thicknesses. And don't worry if it's not like fitting super tight. That doesn't matter. And we'll just use 1 piece of tape and make sure you get both those thicknesses taped down. All right. Now we need to grab our yarn, and we're going to cut off 2 pieces, 1 for each end. And I like to cut them longer than necessary. This is probably about 18 inches. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom, so we're going to lay it this way. Here's the edge, and so we're going to come down just a little bit and gently tie this. Now, tissue paper tears easily. That's why we're using it. And so let's be very careful in tying our bows on the end that we don't tear up that paper. So I tied a knot and then a bow. And before we add the next bow, we want to put the goodies inside. So here's my bag of goodies. And again, it's up to you what you put inside. I love to put these little Tootsie Pops that are small. Those are left over from Halloween. Dum Dum suckers, they can go down in there. Lots of candies and peppermints. One thing to be careful of is that you don't push too hard on this side and the candy comes through too soon. How about a candy kiss? And again, whatever goodies you want to put in there is up to you, and whatever the kids like. You know, whatever their favorites are. You can use those little miniature Hershey's or whatever that you want. All right, it's down at the bottom. Now we're going to take another piece of yarn. Here's the edge. I like to come down from the edge just a little bit. All right. These make great party favors if you're having a party on Christmas Eve or a party anytime, actually. And so they can shake them. And then all they have to do is just rip off this end. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So you're having your party, it hits midnight and moves from 2021 to 2022. So everybody starts shaking their crackers, and they're called crackers because there is an item like this that when you pull it out, it sort of cracks, and it's really quite fun, actually. But all you have to do is take your thumbnail and just rip them open. And it'll be hard. And then the kids can just dump out all their goodies of whatever's inside. And also great for adults. And it just makes a super fun mini piñata, basically. But it's a great way for kids and adults to bring in the new year. Isn't that fun? 2 easy projects for you to do with your family, your kids, or just for yourself to bring in the new year. So everybody have a happy, happy new year. So everyone have a happy new year, and I'll see you next year. Bye-bye now.